Hello friends. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so excited to share with you the front garden bed. And friends, could you believe it, we're in November and just look at these plants. Look at the rose here. Just look at this, friends. Oh, there's an ant in it. And then look at my firepower Nandina. See why I'm telling you how much I love my Nandina? Because it changes the color like this in the winter. Look at this. Look at this beautiful vibrant color in the garden at this time, right? And we had our first frost and these plants are doing extremely well. It's just unbelievable this year. And then here we have this beautiful Busy Bee rose from Double Knockout Rose. It smells so good, friends. You should smell it. And everything is looking so good in here. And here we have our Mr. Bowling Ball arborvitae. And then we have these other, I think these are the Danica arborvitae we did together. And friends, I have a lot of bulbs in this bed. I can't wait for spring to see what it's going to look like. And let's go over here. And then this is this rose I transplanted. Remember, it looked half dead. Just look at it. I can't believe the new growth it has been putting on. And look right there. That's a bud right there. I just can't believe it. And then going over here, got my beautiful rose I planted with you blooming still. Just look at that, friends. And what I did here, I just put some extra leaf there. You guys know I love my leaf as mulch, just to insulate the pot, because this rose is staying in this pot. And then the alyssum, friends, strongly recommend alyssum. These will bloom even when it's snowing. They will bloom, and I would say like January you will then see where they look like the frost really got them in January. And then February you come out here in spring and you cut them back and it grows up like nothing. It's amazing. Okay, it's amazing. Alyssum, strongly recommend them. You definitely will get blooms when it's snowing. You'll be like, why is the alyssum blooming? And again, friends, I said to you guys before, I love to experiment with my plants in the bed, and that's how I know, because just from experiment. But this is what this is looking like. And I'm gonna come in here very soon and I'm gonna take out these fall decorations and I'll be decorating with just winter, probably just snowman, just for the winter season. But I wanted to show you what it's looking like in November. And here's a St. John's wort I fell in love with, blooming amazingly. Just look at the foliage on here. I love this plant. I think I have two in the garden. I got this one from Lowe's and the other one is in the back. The berries on there are white, but this one is the yellow, and it's supposed to be a native plant. So if this is your first time, friends, welcome to my channel. I garden in zone 6B7A, and if you're returning, so happy you're back. This garden bed I'm standing in, I constructed this in summer of this year, and I must tell you, I'm so pleased with the progress that I've been inching and extending this throughout the season. Oh my goodness, but it's done. I'm done planting stuff, right? But I have some plans for it next year. Just here, take out the grass here and probably put more boxwoods in between there. But I planted a lot of winter interest evergreen plants this year. That was one of my key to add more of that to the garden, so I'm very pleased about that. So this is what it's looking like. We're in November, and then here is this side. We have more boxwoods here, and friends, you see all here go up. There are a ton of tulips in here and alliums, yes. So on both sides of the walkway coming all the way down, we have a lot of bulbs in there. I have a lot of bulbs sprinkled behind here. I put a lot of alliums behind the boxwoods because, you know, alliums foliage turns brown and it's not the best to look at while you have the beautiful lollipop shape flowers looking at you. So I put a lot behind the boxwoods and see what's going on up here. And here we have this self-seeded itself, or the bird did that. This alyssum, again, gonna leave it alone. I have 3 patches at the front here and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm even thinking of next year to put some patches here where it would just sweep over the walkway, like put one here and one here, because this will bloom all the way into winter, as I share with you. And here we have our snapdragons. This is their time. They're loving it. These were here from spring. I think I planted these and they bloomed throughout the entire summer. Okay, not sure what type of snapdragons these are, but when it was 90 something degrees, these were blooming still here in Pennsylvania. But naturally snapdragons love the colder weather, right? And then look at this beautiful color here, friends. I'm so excited. And the leaves you're seeing, I just use it to insulate the garden. I have bulbs planted just to deter the squalls. I had some behind the boxwood, but it was really windy. So if you have leaves, try to use them to insulate different plants in your garden. This boxwood is from last year. Oh my goodness, it's looking so good. And then pan over here, another one on the other end, looking good. And then this is what the front is looking like up here. Look at my mums that came back. And then here's this Nandina I planted with you guys. I think this one is a domestica, and it's supposed to turn that red color like the firepower. And as I said, I'm coming in soon to take out all of these stuff and put in some winter decor in the front. And here's this other Nandina. You know how much I love my Nandina, friends. They're still like this in the winter and they give you colors. Okay, so I strongly recommend Nandina. And here's my Sweet Dreams rose, looking really good. And then here's my Spirea. I can't wait to see you in spring. So pretty. And the hydrangea, look at the color on here. And then this is the alyssum I was talking about, friends. Oh my goodness, do you see that? It's in a pot. Yes, it's in this pot here from how many years? And then when spring arrived in this year, I just trimmed around here and it just came right back up again. But it was blooming in the winter season. I couldn't believe it. Yes, so I strongly recommend alyssum in your garden. You will love it. But anyways, let's go up on the front porch here and see what's going on. All right, friends, so here's two of my firepower Nandina. I have 3 of them. Look at that. Look at that color. So I put them here on the front porch. And then here we have another one. Friends, look at the color. Oh my goodness, it makes me so happy. Just beautiful. So when winter comes, I'll be looking out my window. My dining room is right behind me here, and I'm always looking outside, looking at the birds and just watching outside. And I'll have some beautiful color to make me feel so cheery, just to get me through the winter, right? You know how winter time is. And let's go down here. All right, and then here we have this dwarf Weigela in the pot, and I insulated some leaves also. My first time with this, so we'll see how it does. And then here's the 2 fall planters I made with you, friends. Just look at them. The zinnia, it's done. And here is the heuchera corabelle doing well. And then we have this creeping Jenny. Look at the colors in here. And then here is this mom. And if you look here closely, look at that. These will be opening for me. Oh my goodness, this mom is just blooming non-stop. So I could come in here and trim this off. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to take care of the plants. Now is their time to go rest until spring, right? And the same for us. Now is our time to rest as humans, right? We've done our job in the garden. Do what we need to do inside and prepare and think about what we want to do for spring. I know, remember, winter time is when you're going to start your seeds, all right? But it's just less work because you're inside, you're not doing physical labor as you would do in the garden. So don't forget to, as you go through the holiday season, friends, enjoy it with your family. And don't forget to have a plan for your garden. And I like starting flowers from seeds because it's cheaper, it's more effective, and then sometimes you get plants that you can't find at the garden centers, right? So I'll be doing some seed starting with you guys, I would say in January, but for now I just want to spend time with my family and take a break from the garden, right? But I wanted to still bring to you what the garden is looking like. Remember, in winter, use the opportunity to get seeds, purchase seeds from different websites, and you can also do the winter sowing method. You know what? It's such a true say that a gardener's work is never done. Could you imagine that, right? It really is so true. That marigold behind here, friends, absolutely amazing. So this is what these planters are looking like. I think I'm just gonna leave them alone, and in spring, early spring, I said like maybe February, I'll come in, take out the mums as I always do, and transplant them in the garden. And then I'll plant some, I have some leftover bulbs I'll be planting in these pots in February. And you may be saying, what did you just say? You're gonna be planting bulbs in February? Yes, friends, it works, but the bulbs have to be in unheated garage or in the fridge for at least 12 weeks. Before I'm in zone 7A, and it's very cold here, so what I do, I keep some leftover bulbs in the garage, which is unheated, and in February I will come out here and I will plant them in containers. I did a lot already. If you haven't seen it, check out my videos, but I normally would put them in these containers, right? Because I don't want to disturb these containers now. They're just gonna stay like this over the winter season, and then February I'll have space to put bulbs in. And even over here, do you see this large container right there? Yeah, so I would put tulips in there also, but not until February, because if I put them in there, the snow, the water, all those elements will rot out the bulbs. So you don't want to put the bulbs outside in the winter. They will definitely rot out and die, unless you want to have them covered somewhere from the rain and the snow, and also the rodents. Don't forget the rodents now. But anyways, I digress, as I always do. So here we are. Our Nandina is doing well. Look at the new growth on here. I have two in the back in planters, and those got bigger than the one in the ground, right? I thought it was weird that those in the planters got bigger, but who knows. And then our Alyssum is doing well. So with this, friends, I do not cut this back. I do not cut back anything here in the back, in the front. I leave this up, and the birds come and they like to pick on it, eat on it, and it's perfect winter interest also. And then in spring, this will look all like dead. Okay, look dead, but when you go down to the base of the plant, there will be rosettes down there, like nice little succulent looking rosettes. Then all those would come up and give you more new plants all over again. So I strongly encourage you not to cut back your sedums until in spring. All right, and this is a peony. This I have to come in here and cut back. This is a peony, and I leave up the ring, so when it grows, it just grow up there. I don't have to worry about trying to stake the peony. But this definitely I have to come in and cut it back. It has powdery mildew in it, and look at that, friends. Do you know what that is? Do you? Oh my goodness, do you know what the red thing is there? It is a tulip. It is a tulip. Oh my goodness, why is the tulip trying to come out now? I just can't believe it. Unbelievable. Like, I did those bulbs with you in the pot, and I went in the garage to check on them, and the muscari is probably like 3 inches up. I'm like, why is it growing already? But you know what, these plants know what they need to do, so I'm not too concerned about them. So let me back up here. So this is the walkway, and I'm really enjoying this design I made at the front here. It's so pretty, and I get a lot of compliments from people who's walking. They like, I enjoy a garden, you know, I just love it. And I'm like, thank you so much. It's not just for me, it's for everybody. My garden belongs to each and every one of you. You want to come and take a look and enjoy it, it's always opened. Anyway, so here we have more snapdragons in there, friends. And behind here, I did a lot of those alliums too, so that way the arborvitae would hide the foliage from the alliums. And here we have more snapdragons blooming, and here's this dusty miller. And here's one of my favorite roses, double knockout rose. I don't know where you think you're going blooming like this, but clearly the frost did not affect them. Here we are. Oh, look at this white snapdragon. This is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait for spring, friends. I'm so excited. I have a ton of bulbs I planted in here. And then this is a Leatrice. I keep it up again for the birds. Good source of food in the winter for the birds, and a good, as you can see, winter interest, right? Just look at that. All right, friends, and you can see here with the marigold, the frost got it. So I'll come in and pull it out. That's an annual here. And double knockout rose over here, still doing well. Just look at that, friends. I'm so pleased with how the plants are performing in the garden. Just look at this bunch here. This is gorgeous. Just look at that. So this is the container I was telling you, it stays out. So in February, I'll put some tulips in there. And friends, look at this. I don't know what's going on here. I planted these snapdragons. I say this would be their 2nd year, I think. And for whatever reason, I'm now seeing a lot of blooms on here, and it spread. Look how big this is. I'm afraid to even try to see where the root is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, sometimes you just leave your plants alone. And then look what's happening here. There's a nice beautiful fuchsia pinky color going on here, and even in the back there. And I'm just loving that white snapdragon, and it looks like something else is happening over here. It's like the plant is giving me more plants, so we're just gonna leave it alone and see what happens. But I love snapdragons, friends, so pretty. And then look at this spirea. I'm now noticing the colors in here. Look at a nice fall orange color, absolutely gorgeous. And then here is that rose, my climbing rose. This one is the golden shower climbing rose. So with my roses, friends, I don't cut them down in fall. In spring, that's when I cut them back, treat them, and then let them be. But I don't do anything with them in the fall season. And look at this yellow blue one here. Look at that. And it smells so good. I planted this last year, very late fall. I would say November. I planted this, and it was a clearance plant from Lowe's, and it was just only $15. Oops, sorry, trying to step back there. And then here is the hardy hibiscus. Leave that alone. And then here is that scabiosa I planted with you when I got it from this private garden center, and it's doing well. And what I did, friends, I just insulate the plants with some leaves in here. This is evergreen, friends. I told you that, guys, before. It stays green throughout the entire winter. However, the flowers would stop bloom for you, but the foliage remains green. Yes. And here I have another one over there, and then this one is the oldest one I have in the garden, and I have a couple of boxwoods in between for the winter interest. And here's my lupine down there. And then look at this, look at the pink. Friends, I don't know what's going on here, but this color was more like that. They call that a blue. I forget which one it is, but it's like a blue purple, not a true blue. And this one was that blue color, and it's turning pink. I don't know, but you know what? I'm not mad about it. And then here we have the rose I transplanted, looking good, right? And you could see the lupine in the back. I have lupine in between, and I have a ton of bulbs all throughout here. Yes. And then here I have some lilies there. I did cut back most of them. I just missed some in the garden, but that's fine. I'll just leave it like that until spring comes. And I was cleaning up this side of the garden here. This is the cut flower side, and that's looking good. And friends, I want to take you down here and share something with you. This is my cool flower seeds. They all reseeded themselves. Look at this Queen Anne's lace, okay, blooming this time of the year. And then Nigella Love in a Mist, Bachelor Botany, they reseeded, and I have a lot of beautiful flowers in here. And then here is the Spells of Ireland and more Bachelor Botany, and it's just amazing. But let me show this to you. Remember, I did these seeds with you, I would say maybe a month ago, but here they are. I want to show you updating them. Do you see all that? Yep, so those are the seedlings coming from those seeds that we planted. These are cool flower seeds. We did larkspur, we did Nigella Love in a Mist, we did poppy, we did a lot of seeds. So that's what they're looking like, and you could see the seedling. So they will stay like that, and they will remain like that over the winter season. And then when spring comes, I'll get beautiful cut flowers from them in spring. Not bulbs like tulips, daffodil, cut flowers. So that's why you do hardy, cool annuals in the fall, so you have beautiful blooms in spring. But anyway, let me show you the pollinator garden bed. Here it is. And you see I have a lot of leaves in there, and we're not going to disturb the pollinator bed because I did a video on it for you before where I share with you how I prepare it for the winter season just for the pollinators. All right, snapdragon is blooming, and your echinacea, once again, I've said this a million times, leave them up for the birds. They will appreciate it. Make great winter source food for them. In the winter, when they're looking for food, they come and they eat a lot of these dried flowers. And right here, perfect example. Right there, one of them right here, friends. You can see the birds were here picking on these. Yes, so if you have cornflower up, leave them alone. And also It makes a beautiful winter interest in your garden, as I shared with you before. And here's the black eyed Susan, and we have a ton of bulbs in here, friends, a lot of bulbs, yes. And the leaves in here, I did this on purpose because it's a pollinator garden bed. The leaves help to insulate the plants, and also it helped the pollinators to hide out in there. They dig their nest, their eggs, all the good stuff they do in there. So that's the reason for the leaves in there. And it helps them also not to insulate the plants, but it helps to insulate the pollinators where they hide underneath the leaves, right? And they do whatever they need to do until spring is here, and they will come out and go about their business in nature. And then look at this echinacea still blooming. All right, friends, I just wanted to share with you what the front is looking like, and I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, and then over here, friends, let me take you over here. I rarely ever take you over here. Over here is my tree where I just put random plants in. So here we have the mums. Look at the mums blooming. And Leatris. I put a lot of plants and naturalize in here. And all right, friends, and on this side I have two mums. I have these in containers and I planted them in here. That's what I do with my mums. I don't like to buy too many mums, so I buy one or two, then I just put them in this bed over here. And then here is alyssum. I keep telling you guys about alyssum. Just loving alyssum. So this is my tree area over here. But anyway, friends, I have a lot of work still to do here. I'm trying to clean up a lot of the dead foliage and all of that. And I just planted some bulbs in between with the hosta, some daffodils, so they can naturalize down in there. But I'm gonna wrap up what I'm doing here today. But I just wanted to share with you what my front garden is looking like still. I'm telling you, the snapdragons, this beautiful pink double knockout rose, they're just still doing well, and I still have colors in here along with the alyssum. And then this newly created garden bed, I'm telling you, the Firepower Nandina, I strongly recommend them. Add one to your wish list for next year, friends. Any Nandina. I love the Domestica Nandina, and I love the Firepower Nandina. I love all of them, but definitely look at this beauty. Just look at this, friends. All right, friends, thank you again as always. Take care of yourselves, enjoy the holiday season, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.